After 2 weeks in Georgetown, it was time for me to head south to Kuala Lumpur. There are many ways to make this journey. Buses are cheap and frequent, but they take 5 to 6 hours. For this trip, I chose the ETS train from Butterworth. It covers most of the length of the country in about 4 hours, with assigned seats, toilets, and space to move around. For solo travelers, it's one of the least stressful ways to travel between Penang and Kuala Lumpur. Georgetown sits on Penang Island, while Butterworth Station is on the mainland. To cross the water, you can take a rideshare or the passenger ferry. I chose Grab, which costs about 40 ringgit with advance booking. If you're traveling alone, especially with luggage, this is the simplest option. You're dropped off right at the station entrance with no transfers and no long walks. One thing to know about ETS services is that they are generally very punctual. My train departed exactly on time. Boarding closes early and the train will not wait. If you're taking this trip, try to arrive at least 30 minutes before departure, especially on weekends or public holidays. Rideshare vehicles drop passengers directly in front of the station. Butterworth Station has 2 elevated platforms connected by a single set of stairs and lifts. From here, most people take the lift up to the ticketing concourse. There are no escalators. If you have luggage, queuing for the lift is your best option. If you're traveling light, taking the stairs is often faster. From the lift landing on the second floor, a short overhead bridge leads directly to the main concourse. Tickets can be purchased at the counter or from ticket machines on the concourse. Most locals, however, book their seats using the KITS online portal or app. Foreign travelers can register easily with a short identity verification process. Once logged in, your upcoming tickets are stored in the app. At the gates, you simply scan the QR code on your phone. The main concourse doubles as both a waiting area and ticketing hall. Passengers are not allowed onto the platform until boarding is announced. When 2 trains overlap, the space becomes crowded, warm, and noisy. This is especially noticeable around midday departures. If you're traveling in business class, you can wait in the lounge at Butterworth. Compared to the main concourse, it's a noticeable improvement. The lounge is air-conditioned and has seating for all business class passengers on that departure. There are free tea, coffee, and water, along with views of the port. It's not luxurious, but it's calm and comfortable. Boarding for business class is announced by the conductor. This is mainly for crowd control, allowing business class passengers to board once the main crowd has thinned out. Once boarding is announced, everyone uses the same stairs or lifts down to the platform. If you're heading south toward Kuala Lumpur, Coach A is at the front of the train. Coach positions are clearly marked on the platform and on the train doors. Finding your carriage is straightforward, even if it's your first time. Business class uses a 1x2 seating layout instead of the 2x2 layout in standard class. Apart from that, the train interior is largely the same. For solo travelers, the single window seat offers some privacy. I found the seat comfortable, with a generous recline and slightly more usable space in front. I could place my day pack on the floor and still stretch my legs. There's also a footrest, which helps if you're on the shorter side. Each seat has a power socket, 2 USB ports, a fold-out table, and coat hooks. There is also a personal screen, but it relies on onboard Wi-Fi, which can be unstable. Most people will probably use their own devices instead. One thing to note is that some seats don't line up well with the windows. This can make the space feel enclosed. I was lucky with my seat, which had a full window view. The train is fitted with standard toilets, as well as an accessible toilet and a prayer room in one of the coaches. Facilities are basic but functional. A Western-style toilet, sink, soap, and toilet paper. There are no hand dryers. The toilets are well ventilated, but this also makes them very loud. Overhead luggage racks easily fit small to medium bags. Larger suitcases go on racks at the end of each carriage. On busy days, luggage space fills quickly, so boarding early helps. Business class includes free meals, but expectations should be realistic. Shortly after departure, a hot bento meal is served with bottled water. The food is flavorful and better than typical airline meals, but it's not a reason on its own to book business class. A snack box is also provided. And later in the journey, tea or coffee and a small muffin. Standard class passengers can purchase light meals and drinks from the bistro counter. The menu looks extensive, but only the displayed items are available. We departed Butterworth exactly on time. The ride was smooth and quiet with gentle acceleration. Ticket checks are done after each station, and a cleaner walks through the carriages regularly. One of the pleasures of this route is the scenery. After leaving Butterworth, the train quickly transitions from port and town into greenery. As you head into Perak, you'll see kampungs, rivers, rubber estates, and paddy fields. A highlight is the long railway bridge over Bukit Merah Lake, where the train appears to float over water. Later, dramatic limestone hills rise near Ipoh before the landscape gradually becomes urban as you approach Kuala Lumpur.
Next station, Kuala Lumpur.
My train arrived only slightly behind schedule. I chose to alight at the older Kuala Lumpur station, which is easier to navigate and more convenient for Chinatown and Bukit Bintang. Exit is through Gate B, where the QR gates are located. Outside, rideshares pick up at this bus stop along the main road. While waiting, you can take in the station's striking architecture, a reminder of Malaysia's railway history. Overall, the ETS is a reliable and comfortable way to travel between Butterworth and Kuala Lumpur. For solo travelers, it's predictable, easy to navigate, and far less tiring than a long bus ride. Business class adds some comfort, but standard class already does most things well. What matters most is arriving early, understanding the station layout, and choosing a window seat if you enjoy the journey as much as the destination.